Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, the best channel on all of the YouTubes. Here's a headline from the Crypto Basic. XRP bullish forecast. Pundit predicts $5 feasible for XRP. Okay, look, happy to see a bit of bullish sentiment. I think that makes a ton of logical sense, but that's the peak price prediction here. I'm just going to tell you right at the outset of the video, I got a few things to say about this, because although I'm not so bold as to make a price predictions, I'm not a chart guy. I admit up front, I don't know what's going to happen with the price action of XRP. I just have my strong leanings. I got to tell you, $5 peak for XRP this cycle seems a little bit low. Seems a little baby boo bit low. You guys tell me if you think I'm off my rocker here, but I think that's just a smidge low. And I also got some updates on what's happening in terms of just crypto in general, including an interesting XLM chart, which of course is stellar lumens. Now, why would I want to highlight that? Well, because XRP, I mean, I'm assuming most of you are aware at this point, XRP and XLM pretty well move in lockstep. And I'd say it's more so that XLM's following XRP, but I think that's provably so, because even when there's stuff that moved the price of XRP specific to the SECV Ripple case, XLM followed. So very clearly it's, you know, XLM being the copycat in terms of price action. Even so, it's just interesting to see that analysts are calling for XLM to run basically at the same time they're calling XRP to run. Is that a little coinky-dink? But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. At the time I'm recording this video, it is 2:54 a.m. Central Time, Saturday, March 23rd, 2024. XRP is 61.8 cents, Bitcoin 64,647 bucks. And so it's been a little up, a little down, kind of moving sideways here. In my last video, I shared a bunch of perspective about what analysts are expecting Bitcoin rather to do in the short term, and that's critical to the entire market because the market moves in tandem. So if Bitcoin tanks, XRP is too. I'm not going to spend as much time on that in this particular video. If you're curious more about that, check out my very last Moon Lambo Hot Jam. Because on that front, there's not a whole lot that has changed. It's probably been like 9 hours since I published that video or something like that anyway. But things looking really good for XRP still. And even if you don't understand why I'm saying that, if you're looking at the United States dollar price action, you're like, what are you talking about, Moon Lambo? Because XRP over the last 24 hours down about the same amount as Bitcoin. No. I'll talk about this more in just a second, but XRP BTC, that's the chart you should be looking at right now. And it looks really good, and it has for close to 2 weeks at this point. Here's the Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 73 out of 100. So people still feeling greedy. They're just not in extreme greed. So the headline here from it's just ridiculous. XRP bullish forecast. Pundit predicts $5 feasible for XRP. Oh, you think so? Jake Gagain, with 244,000 followers on X, has joined the growing list of market watchers who expect XRP to attain the $5 price point in this bull run. This viewpoint was articulated as part of Gagain's recent analysis examining the prospective price trajectories of various tokens, particularly looking ahead to 2025. XRP was among the top crypto projects for which he issued potential price targets. So look, to be clear, happy to see that XRP is getting more attention as the market has been heating up. Happy to see that even somebody like Jake Gagain, who I wasn't familiar with admittedly, but he's got a massive following, so kudos to him. He, even not being part of the XRP community, very bullish on XRP. I mean, if you consider $5 to against where XRP is right now in terms of United States dollars, okay, way higher. I just don't see how that could possibly... Like, you're talking about less than a 2x from the XRP all-time high. Less than a two-fold increase at $5. That's where it tops off? I'm sorry. Like, nothing against this guy at all. I just respectfully disagree. I appreciate the bullishness very genuinely. I respectfully disagree. I don't think that makes a... Are we going to have, like a bull market for ants? Is that what we're going to experience? A bull market for ants? That doesn't make any damn sense. If Bitcoin's going to go above $100,000, which frankly most analysts seem to think is a virtual certainty, at least whether they think it peaks at 120,000, 150,000, 175,000, 200,000, whatever the analyst thinks, they think it goes into the six figures. So, you know, if ETH is going to go up dramatically, you know, $10,000 to $20,000, which is what a lot of analysts are calling for, You're going to tell me with a straight face XRP does less than a twofold increase from its all-time high with that much money pumping through the entire crypto ecosystem? Because let's be real, at that point, it's not about fundamentals. Fundamentals have kept XRP in the top 10 coins by market cap for over a decade because there are people like you and me that give a damn about it. But when you're talking about the biggest parts of the price bumps, those aren't people that know anything about fundamentals. Those are retail idiots here for Moon and Lambo. You know what I'm saying? like that. That's what happens here. And they're basically like, take my money. What's that big old green candle? Take my money. It doesn't matter. They're not going to be researching this. They're going to have FOMO, and they're just going to follow wherever money goes. XRP, of course, will be part of that. And so to think that XRP would not pump in a more supreme fashion, I just respectfully disagree. And so that's what he had to say. So nothing against him. It's great to see he's bullish, and there's more attention coming to XRP. People are coming around to it. Super duper. But it's hard to imagine it wouldn't go far beyond that. And that would kind of suck for, well, it would suck for all of us, let's be real. But I was thinking about my own situation here. I've publicly stated, I plan to scale out between, $5 to $8. And there could be some circumstances where I hold on to some further out than that. But that's what I've been thinking. Start scaling out a little bit around $5, even if it's just like 5 or 6%. And then by the time it gets to $8, just scale out with the last little bit, probably. But if it only goes to $5, if that's the actual peak, which I think would be a weird place to stop, like that's a psychological level. You would think if it hits that, it's just going to hit that and then go back down and that's it. Like that. If that would suck though, because if that happens, that would mean either I sold none of my XRP, because that's about where I'd start selling, or I'd sell a tiny percentage of my XRP. So maybe it would be like 5 or 6%. And by the way, my logic on that, and I've only mentioned this like once or twice on the channel, I think, but the reason I'd sell maybe 5 or 6%, it's somewhere around that price point. Maybe it's $4.50, who knows, but just a little bit. Because at that point, given that my average buying price is 25 cents, if I start selling around that price level, I recoup my initial expense like around that level. If you're talking about selling 5 or 6%, somewhere in that range for me, I did the math a long time ago. I was like, yeah, okay, I guess that's reasonable. I've been holding on this damn thing for over 6 years. I can at least pay myself to break even at that point. So I can justify that. But, the bulk of it, I'd want to sell higher than that, probably most of it closer to $7 or something like that, I would imagine. But of course, there's a lot of moving parts to the crypto market. So if I make a ton of money on other stuff and XRP runs at the end, I'd be more inclined potentially to hold on to more longer and see if I can get higher prices, because then it won't be as consequential. If I've already made a boatload of money from the rest of my roughly now 40 cryptocurrencies that I hold, okay, I would care less. I'd be willing to hold to a higher price. And then if it doesn't come, I'd be like, okay, no big deal. But if it does come, make more money anyway. So it's like, there's a lot of moving parts. So we'll see what happens there. But $5 to me, it just seems kind of silly. That's all that I'm saying here. And by the way, I want to mention this just briefly here. I don't need to read this article. It's from the Crypto Basic. XRP to hit 100% surge against Bitcoin post-halving. Analysts. They're covering perspective from chart analyst Credible Crypto. And I've been covering a lot from them recently, so I don't want to necessarily rehash it all. But I will note that even shortly before recording this video, I checked the XRP BTC pair, because that's what we really should watch. Like, where we're at with the XRP BTC pair is historically where we've been the last couple market cycles when XRP just took off and put Bitcoin to shame in terms of multiplier effect, in terms of the amount of money flowing in. Yeah, absolutely. That's the moment we're in this cycle. Doesn't mean it's literally today or tomorrow or next week or next month, but roughly with the chart formation, this would be roughly speaking the time, right? And so what's been fascinating is when a number of analysts started saying, hey, this actually is the point, and that was within the last couple weeks, we actually have seen a trend to the upside, despite pullbacks on the XRP BTC chart. I just wanted to note, and I talked about it a little last video, so I'm just going to be brief on it here. But yeah, we actually have seen higher lows, a couple of them at least. And so we need to keep watching it and see if it's going to be sustained, but that's what analysts have been telling us we should expect. And we just need to wait for like the major pop. We don't know what, we'll just wake up one day and that'll be the case if the analysts are right here. So it's too soon to declare victory at this exact moment, but looking pretty good in terms of that, right? I would certainly say so. Here's a post from chart analyst Crypto's XRP Sunday prediction. Ooh, a short-term XRP price prediction. This is always fun. He says pull back to 57 cents to 58 cents and then breakout. And so he's obviously an XRP bull. Now, if it does go down that low, I think it's a virtual certainty that Bitcoin will be leading the way. But again, I know that'll make some people freak out because everybody's always focusing on what XRP is worth in United States dollars or whatever your fiat currency of choice is. And I understand why, and that's reasonable. But what actually matters more, like I just said, is the XRP BTC chart. That's the only point I'm making. That's it. Now take a look at this from Cryptolica. This is an XLM USD chart, Stellar Lumens, which is a clone of XRP. They literally forked the XRP ledger, just copied the code, tweaked it a bit, launched that son of a bitch, and there it went. Good old Jed McCaleb paving the way for that. And I have no problem with that. I mean, open source software, do what you want to do. And by the way, I also hold XLM. It's one of the earliest cryptocurrencies I ever, I've been holding it since November of 2017. I bought XRP first, but yeah, I've been holding XLM since 2017. I would love to see it go. I haven't been buying more of it because it seems like too similar a play, and it's just too close to XRP in terms of price action. It's like, if I'm going to put more money into the space, which I did recently, I want to get exposure in a way that's going to be a little bit more diverse than that. That's it. Because it's not about utility explicitly. Again, XLM, like I said earlier in the video, it's following XRP, which is insane to some degree. People are just treating it the same. Even when it comes to news specific to the Ripple lawsuits, it's just freaking crazy. Okay, whatever. So anyway, here's the XLM USD chart, and Cryptolica wrote, why is this chart important? This chart, XLM USD 1 week, so each candle is 1 week, Stellar Lumens. The importance is that it shows the cycle very well. It has long historical data. The yellow breaks I show are always alt season starts. You will follow the trend, the cycle, and the trading zones from the majors. RSI equals same pattern in 3 trends. We are close. And so again, if you care about XRP, this should interest you. Even if you don't hold XLM, that's fine. But they move at this. It's just funny how this lines up. In fact, so take a look at this. And I think sometimes XLM is lagged behind XRP a little bit. It's been pretty close though. I mean, so you can look at 2017 here, because this chart goes back to beginning of 2015. Actually, a little bit before that. It's the tail end of 2014. But look where this yellow starts. So that's the beginning of alt season, and here you have XLM doing nothing, just like XRP was doing nothing. Same freaking story, right? Sideways, sideways, sideways. Everybody's pissed off, and then it pops. Yes, it did. Stellar Lumens popped. I believe it was either late April or early May. It was very close to the time that XRP did, though, in 2017. Then it went back down, and then it popped at the end of 2017. Same freaking story here, but sideways, sideways, sideways pop. Look at last cycle. Same thing here in 2020. XRP did the same thing. Sideways, pop. It's just the same damn thing. Pretty close anyway, right? And so he's just pointing out here, though, that's what happened the last 2 cycles. Alt season just began. Look at how far we in visual. Like if you're looking at the chart, you can see what I'm talking about. Visually, we're more or less in the spot. And so to see that he's highlighting that about XLM and all these analysts saying what they're saying about XRP and the timing is this is more or less it, I will not be surprised in the least when XRP starts running and breaks $1, and that should just be the start for fun, you know? I'd be shocked if we don't see a new all-time high for XRP and entering price discovery, unless there's some sort of black swan event and this all falls apart. That's pretty much my caveat. That's about it. But if we're going to have an actual, proper, full-blown alt season, of course XRP is going to be a part of it. It makes no sense that it wouldn't be a part of it. So, interesting stuff here, right? Here's a post from chart analyst Kush. And he wrote, Bitcoin, probably just a coincidence. And he's showing a Bitcoin price chart, and he's comparing this to a chart formation, the parabolic curve pattern. And you got to admit, it looks pretty samey here, which means that obviously we've been in this thing. Bitcoin's been rising since, well, the end of 2022, because that's when it bottomed out with the FTX collapse and everything. So that'd be this circle right here for those of you looking at the screen, of course. And you can see, of course, it's volatile, up and down, up and down. It's why it's so easy for people to get shaken out of this stuff. People are impatient. They don't know what they're doing anyway. But it keeps trending to the upside like it always does over time. And you can look at these moments. And so if you look at the chart formation, the parabolic curve pattern, there are base 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 4 is what happens right before the final blow-off. So we're not quite there if this is indeed the same formation here, but he's highlighting, yeah, he believes this is pretty much what it is. You can see this curving up here. That'll be the final base. It'll move sideways, and then the blow-off top, and he says that would be the ideal sell point. Now, I'm not going to try and sell the actual top. I think it's silly to try and do that, but he's just sharing a concept, so it's perfectly fine. If that is indeed the case, as he's charting here, it looks like Bitcoin closer to $200,000. Now, if that happens, the amount of money that will flow into ETH and XRP and everything else is going to be absurd. Holy life-changing wealth, Batman. Like, that is what the hell we're looking at if this occurs. And I'm here for it. I'm optimistic it is going to occur. I've seen this before. This is my third bull season in the world of crypto. Been here since 2017. Yep, I'm here for it. This makes all the sense in the world. So I'm going to keep holding. I still have not cashed out anything to United States dollars the whole time I've been in crypto. Just been patiently waiting. This will be the cycle where at least I aim to, unless I still got time to screw this up. Could happen. But this is where I'm going to aim to sell ideally all of my crypto. And I don't know for sure if that's going to happen, but hopefully at least enough that it would still be in the realm of the life-changing wealth that I subjectively have been looking for. I'll just say that. But it's like right here. This is such an exciting time to be in crypto. And XRP for me, I really am counting that on being a massive piece because I haven't checked admittedly, I think in over a month, but at the time when I checked and I talked about it publicly, XRP was still about a third of my total crypto holdings. So I bought some other stuff, and then other stuff has been moving up. So presumably the percentage would have dropped a little bit. I don't know I'll have to calculate that again, but it's still a substantial percentage of my overall crypto holdings, and I'm anticipating big moves for it. And I hold it with confidence. I sleep like a baby every night. And admittedly, having a lot of diversification in crypto, that does help. Admittedly, if I was only in XRP, I'd be way more nervous. Not just because it's XRP, but just to be clear, actually one of the bigger reasons is if you're a maximalist and you just have XRP, I think that's a terrible idea. Because scaling out when you have almost no time to do so, and then if exchanges go down, my God. Do you really want to deal with that level of stress? I don't. It doesn't make any damn sense, because think about it. In 2017, when XRP hit a new all-time high, that run lasted like 2.5 weeks. You want to scale out your life-changing wealth in 2.5 weeks? Good luck, son. You can try it. I don't want to be in that position, which is why, if you have a more diverse exposure to the crypto asset class, since tons of stuff will pop, even if not everything's going to hit a new all-time high, you can still, pull some profits, and it'll be happening at different times over a span of months instead of, a couple weeks. So that's why I wouldn't want to be solely in any crypto, not just XRP, but any crypto. I wouldn't want to just be a maximalist of anything. Broad exposure is the way to go. Just like having broad exposure to the stock market makes a ton of sense. I mean, I know it sounds boring, but S&P 500, ETFs, yeah, sign me up. I am signed up. I have a bunch of that. So I'll stop yammering. I'm excited about this. I'm having fun. I hope you are too. I'll check in again soon, but I'll wrap up here for now. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.